So it's a great pleasure and great honor to be here and to hold the opening remarks. This is really exciting. And I would like to share a few personal views of you about this project. And I thought I'm gonna split it into three perspectives. One is being the coordinator of the university, being a scientist myself, a biologist by training, and also a citizen of the city of Jena. So how did I perceive this project as a coordinator of life? So I work at the Friedrich-Schiller University, which is a university with a long history and famous names like Friedrich Schiller himself or Ernst Haeckel, who was an evolutionary biologist. And the current slogan of the university is life, light, and liberty. And behind these three words, there are hidden the research profile of the university. So behind light, you have physics and material sciences. In the liberty, you have humanities, social sciences. And in life, we encompass life sciences and medical research. And it's mainly driven by the cluster of excellence that was also just named, the balance of the microverse. And we try to drive this research and get new ideas, new inspirations. And I just started this work, and a couple of weeks or months later, I got the phone call from Enrique talking about arts and science. And shame on me, I've never heard that even existed. I had no idea what bioart is, that something like sci art or tech art does even exist. But I was excited, and I felt the spirit of the project already, which actually was present throughout the whole time. And I could see in the whole team all the people that I met so far. And so I was happy to support wherever I could and to just see where this journey will lead us. Yeah, and it started with a Zoom meeting after I was writing a few emails, and then the snowball effect came. Coordinators were informing other coordinators, and we had a first Zoom meeting, also with Ingeborg Reichler, I remember. And then came a kickoff meeting. There were city tours, dinners, the famous soiree with Joe Davis, which was really exciting and very interesting thoughts were exchanged there. Yeah, and now we're here finally having a vernissage. So that's my perspective as the coordinator. From a science perspective, why should science do something like arts and science? There's one obvious reason. Yeah, we can use it in public relations. It will broaden our audience. Science communication is getting more and more important. Everyone agrees that this is really something we have to take care much more of. But this would mean that we use science just as a matter to transport scientific results. It's just a mean to do something else. But I think actually this project is much more than this. Because scientists and artists have different ways of thinking, different ways of looking at the world and looking at the things that are doing. Everyone agrees within science that interdisciplinarity is very important, very fruitful, and will always bring you forward. Chemist thinks different than a biologist, for example. But we rarely look beyond this natural scientist field. So we almost always keep among ourselves. So I was wondering how much actually does the artists influence the scientists or the scientific communities. They might see the study organisms in a different way. They see how they move, what color they have, which forms, that we scientists just don't ask because it's there and was always there and it looked like this from the beginning. And also I was wondering whether the scientists actually profit from, if they have a different view on their projects, on their organisms after this project. But this we will probably just answer in a couple of months by asking them, all the scientists that were participating in this project, and maybe this is a nice follow-up idea on what we have today. And lastly, as a perspective as a citizen of Jena, so I don't know if you heard of Science City Jena. This is not only the name of our very successful basketball team we have here. I think this is also a lot the identity of the city and the self-perception that people that at least live a bit longer in the city do have. And if you look back to the history, already 150 years ago, the industry in the city was driven by innovations. If you look at Zeiss and Schott, how they created the first microscopes. And still now we have so much science going on here. We have the university itself, we have the University of Applied Science, the University Hospital. But we also have 3 Max Planck Institutes. We have Leibniz Institute, several of them, Fraunhofer Institute, Helmholtz Institute, the DLR for data science. So there's a lot of science going on, and we have a very active startup scene also on the other side, many of them evolving from the science. And I wanted to say that there's so much more to explore in Jena, and I'm looking forward to the next residency period and see what other fields you're gonna explore with an artistic view on scientific facts. So thank you very much, and thanks especially to the team for driving all this. It was not always easy, and you had so much spirit and energy and passion that was really fascinating. So enjoy the Vernissage.